Welcome everyone. This is very first lesson of AppPort Android Academy. My name is Vladimir Valouch and I will be leading you through this very first lesson. So let's have a look what this course will be about. AppPort Android Academy is consisting of 12 weeks of classes. During each week, we will be giving short lessons. Each lesson will start at 11:40 a.m. and it will end exactly at 12:00 p.m. of Central European time. What you can expect during each and every lesson is that there will be at minimum 10 minutes of live coding or showing something really live, what is happening. And also there will be at least 5 minutes for Q&A. Don't be worried if you won't be able to get answer during your 5 minutes, or you will simply realize that, oh, I wanted to ask, but I forgot to ask. First, you can ask next day, or you can use our Slack channel, which is mentioned right here at the bottom. So just register to our Slack channel, write the question, and I'm sure that we will be able to answer it pretty quickly. What are the topics or themes that we are going to work on? During the first week, you can definitely look forward to introduction to Android development, which will, in this particular case, means the setup of Android Studio, installation of Android emulator. We will also show how to use the real phone, and simply we will give you general overview what is the welcome or how to create Hello World application. Next week, we will have a look at a Kotlin. It is a language for programming in Android, which we have chosen to use throughout the whole course. Next, what we will do, we will have a look at activities and layouts. We'll also check out and explain to you how the lists and adapters can be used, especially the recycler views. We will give quite big space to unit and espresso testing, as we believe that the only way how to get reliable code is through having enough automated testing. Therefore, we will show how to actually build those tests and make sure that if you build your app, that it won't crash in the seconds then you are, or in the moments that you are not expecting it to crash. We will also have a look at the fragments. We will explain what is a parallel execution, how to achieve it, and why we want to actually achieve it. We will have a look at the ways how you can store your data in persistent way and also in semi-persistent way. We will be working with images, and we will also show you how to deploy your application to Google Play. So this is pretty much it, what you can expect from us during the next 12 weeks of lessons. This way we get to the end of the first phase of the recording, where we got the introduction. The next step of this lesson is actually the installation of Android Studio. So let's go towards it. The first thing what we'll do, let's just go to Google and just type Android Studio. Voila, and we can download it from here. As you can see, I'm using Mac, so I will directly just download Android Studio for Mac, but you should be able to see Windows or Linux, whatever platform you are currently using. So go ahead and just download it. Android Studio is integrated development environment, in short form IDE, that we are using for developing Android applications. It's built on the top of IntelliJ Studio, which is by itself really awesome IDE. So while it is being downloaded, let's actually speak a little bit more about what we can expect from Android Studio. What you will find out, and what I would also recommend you will find out that the minimum requirements for running Android Studio is 2 gigs of memory. I would directly say it's not enough, and in general, just at minimum, you will need 4 gigs of RAM, especially if you will be working with bigger projects. But don't be worried. During this course, we will usually use just a small project. So even with 2 gigs of RAM, just for the Android Studio, you should be fine. If we speak about your hardware setup of your notebook computer, definitely aim for at minimum 8 gigs of RAM, preferably 16 gigs of RAM, and ideally even more. Reasoning for that, you need some RAM for your system. You need some RAM for just IntelliJ, and we will be using Android emulators, which apparently is consuming also quite some memory. So my big recommendation, try to aim for the system with at least 16 gigs of RAM so that you can dedicate at least 4 gigs of RAM to Android Studio, some RAM to Android emulators. Another thing what you will and you should consider is disk space. Android Studio itself is requiring around 2 gigs of SSD disk space. Personally, I would recommend to you to count with the fact that you will need something around 60 plus gigs of RAM. Reasoning for that, Android Studio itself requires really just 2 gigs of RAM. But while you are going to develop Android Studio, you will be downloading actually quite a lot of third-party dependencies or other libraries, which definitely will require some space for the caching on your system. Not even mentioning the size of the emulators, where each and every instance is usually around 10 gigs. So with multiple emulators, you will very easily get even over 60 gigs of disk space. So please count with it. Right now, let's move to the next step, installation of Android Studio. This one is relatively straightforward. Just as you can see, just double click, it will verify, and you will install it the classic way as any other Android application. So we'll, or any Android application. I mean, any Mac application, you will just pull it and you are done. I won't do it because I already have Android Studio installed. So this should be fine. If you're on Windows, the most probably all what you will need to do is just double click on exe file that you have downloaded and then click on next to get your installation done. Once the installation is done, we can run the Android Studio. Okay, so let's run it. All right, Android Studio is running for us. So let's create a new project. That's the easiest way how to actually verify that the Android Studio is fine and everything is working as it should. Create a project. Here, I'm going to click on empty activity. Don't be worried that I'm not really explaining what are these activities. It will be explained later on. For now, really all you need to do is just to double click on this empty activity. You can name your application in any way. What is interesting and good to know here, you see as I'm typing, the package name is changing and also the location is being changed. Please do not use temp folder on your computer as it will be cleaned out. Use any other folder. I'm using this as just an example. So application, I will keep it this way. Okay, let's just create it, finish. Now the IDE will start and it will show you what it is about. Usually during the first start, it will take a little bit of time because your Android Studio will be downloading quite a lot of dependencies. Don't be worried, it's perfectly normal. So just wait for the Gradle build to finish. If you would like to see more, you can always click here on this build. and see more information on what is happening actually. Okay, the application is getting prepared. Once the application and Gradle sync is done, you will see even more data here. That's what I'm actually currently waiting for. All right, so our application is here. Everything is visible. We will explain what are these files and what they are used for in the next lessons. So don't be worried. If you already have your Android emulator available, installed, or your mobile ready, you can always click Run App, and you will see that the Android emulator will start, and you will see the application running. Okay, while it's being started, I will also show you one tiny and a nice hint, especially if you are going to work with bigger projects, or are you planning to have multiple windows or quickly switching between the projects, or if you have a project with a huge amount of the dependencies, you will probably appreciate to increase the default memory used by Android Studio. So the way how I did it, I clicked on Help, Edit Custom VM Options, and here you can increase the maximum memory used. What I'm saying maximum, it's not the minimum. So if your computer either do not have this much RAM or your Android Studio do not need it, it won't be used, but it's actually good to have it there. Right, so this is actually pretty much it around installation of Android Studio. One more important thing, during your very first installation of Android Studio, you might be asked about installation of Intel something called HXM. It's absolutely fine to use the recommended setting. All right, this is all from me for today. As I said, if you will have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, to us through our Slack channel.